Things my daughter has noticed is that everything old is new again. And by that, she means if you look in New York, the things, old New York and old ways of thinking about things, by old, I mean traditional, are back in. So if you go to the bar, the Bemelman's bar at the Carlisle Hotel, which is quite old fashioned and was out in younger folks forever. I mean, it was all people like us, is now packed with 20 somethings who are obviously paying for it with either their trust funds or their parents' credit cards,
say, how on
but
earth could they afford
but
that?
they are hanging out there, and the same is true of the Lowell. The same is true of um, plays that are revivals of old plays are packed with younger kids. I mean, it's really interesting how they're going back to the office. I walk down Park Avenue to get to our office, and they're dressing up again.
They are dressing up again.
Maybe they're not having men aren't having wearing a tie, but they're wearing suits and dress shirts. I mean, it's interesting how the young kids are picking and choosing. It's not duplicative of our lives, but I wonder where that's going. Are they going to want offices, for example? My daughter and my nieces and nephew want offices. They would be delighted to have an office.
Their own offices.
Yeah,
Right.
outside their home.
Yes, correct. Not their bedrooms.
Right. Or their apartments. I mean, is that going to be is that going to come back again? I think I think for the 20 and 30 somethings who've been listened to, I mean, this sounds really yucky when I say it this way, but I think grown-up people who have been around have listened to 20 and 30-year-olds because we've said, "What would you like?" Right? And they answer because I would answer too. I have no idea what I'd like, but I'd say, "I'd like I would like free lunches, and I would
And
like
a lot of snacks.
and a lot of snacks, and actually I'd like a billiard table in my office, and then I'd like a sofa so I could hang out with my friends." I mean, I would say all sorts of stuff, right? But is that the way we should be making decisions? And I think to the extent that 20 and 30-year-olds are revisiting some of those choices, maybe they should speak up to say maybe that's not what we want.
So you think the fact that they like to go to Bemelman's bar means they have strong views about their offices and things?
No, I think that no, what I'm saying, I think that they're looking for something. The world has gotten so complicated,
That
right?
for sure.
I guess that this is the way I'd say it. The world has gotten so complicated that things that represent stability or conviviality or collegiality or places that you go and you feel that they're yours. So, in the sense that those bars are not the kind of bars where it's the kind of bar where you have a conversation, not a kind of bar where you go to kind of meet people or mingle.
So it's a
It,
bar where you can hear yourself talk.
and you can listen to music or you can have a conversation. An office is a place where you belong. It's yours, right? I'm saying it's this search for something that feels different than just I'm going to do what I want to do. I get to show up when I want to show up. I don't know who's there when I show up. I don't know where I'm supposed to go because I don't have an office. I have a wheelie or I don't even have a wheelie. I'm just supposed to find a space. I mean, how do you have a sense of belonging or being part of something bigger than yourself if you don't have a place to go? So I mean by that, the things that we took for granted, we never thought we wouldn't ultimately have an office of our own, right? That was the
Right.
badge of success.
Well, also, I think we understood, and I still understand, that when you do the kinds of things we did when we worked, you needed some quiet and privacy to do it. Not quite as quiet and private as your own bedroom, but
But in corporate America, legal departments don't have their own offices
I
anymore.
know I find that strange.
Well, horrifying in a way. I mean, how do you you have to go find a conference room to meet with somebody for them to tell you, the things that they don't want to tell anybody else.
I can't really quite imagine it.
No, I can't either. And so I'm calling that old fashioned because it's traditional that you have an office. It's not traditional to not have an office. And I think that there's beginning to be the sense that that's a good thing. And I guess I'd say to 20 and 30-year-olds, think about, if you're going to work for the next 60 years, not our longevity of 30 years, but your longevity, is that how you want to work?